they're supposedly that bad. And then we'll look at his apology. Because I think he went down and he sold timeshares, and he's kind of like, he's been punished, I believe. They also looked into the rape thing. They go, we don't know if that case is really, and again, I believe all people who pay me. So I don't know who's saying what and who's doing what. What I do know is that Armie Hammer was accused of rape, no good, but people have come out, I believe the authorities, and said, yeah, it's kind of you just live to obey and be my slave. I will own you. That's my soul, my brain, my spirit, my body. Now, by the way, it's fun if you want to have a little fun. You know when a Postmates driver contacts you and goes, I'm 7 minutes away? Send this. It's fun. Send this. Would you come and be my property till you die? Again, nothing offensive yet. Unless he's sending it to a black lady. Not good. If he's doing that, then that's not good. But if it's if I wanted to cut off one of your toes and keep it with me in my pocket, so I always had a piece of you in my possession. Hot. Oh my God, that just made me so hard. It makes me confused as to why. Is that even possible? So hard. Thinking of holding your heart in my hand and controlling when it beats, that's hard to do. I am 100% accountable. I want to eat you. Fuck, that's scary to admit. I've never admitted that before. I've cut the heart out of a living animal before and eaten it while still warm. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I defended a lot of this really before I read the text. I came out very pro him in the beginning. I didn't do I don't really research the show. I don't do a ton of prep work. I never have. In 7 years of talking, I do everything as it happens on screen. I figure things out. I read during the week and I talk to people during the week, but I don't do deep dives into these issues before they happen. I imagined that Mr. Hammer was kind of like, ooh, I want to eat you. I want to put you in a smoothie. But I don't love this I've eaten a live animal's heart before. Do we believe him? Do we believe him, or do we think he's just trying to be cool? Hammer had carved the letter A near, okay, so this is interesting. On January 25th, a 22-year-old Instagram influencer named Paige Lorenz, another woman Hammer had dated after separating from his wife, told the New York Post's Page 6 that Hammer had carved out the letter A near her vagina with a knife, licked the wound, proposed, quote, consuming her, and told her that he wanted to eat one of her ribs. I thought he was kidding, Lorenz said. It didn't register to me this was something he was serious about until he brought it up multiple times, and seeing other women would come out and say the same thing. And then it was like, wow, this is really scary. She said the incision was about 1 inch deep and engraved with the whole tip of the blade. And of course, his lawyer goes, that's not true. I mean, what if you want to eat people? To be honest, in our society, which is relatively permissive in many arenas, and I think that's good. I think people should be allowed to live as they want. But if you wanted to eat a person, if that was is there a way to do it safely where someone who has died could consent, or maybe their family could get money so that people like Armie Hammer with money, not the poor, can't indulge in this, but is there a way that people like Armie Hammer with money can pay their families off to eat their corpses of their relatives? To be honest, that might be, is that a crazy idea? If, let's say, your son or daughter died in a motorcycle accident, could someone like Armie Hammer go to the family and say, I will cover the funeral expenses and give you 150 on top, but I want to eat them. I want to eat your daughter. I'm going to need her body, and we're going to consume her flesh. And can this be done safely? I'm just proposing things I think might make sense. And like, man, when it rains, it pours. He also committed other acts of violence against me to which I did not consent, she went on. For example, he beat my feet with a crop. What? So they would hurt with every step I took for the next week. But do you understand how hot Armie Hammer is? Get up a photo of him. Understand how hot you have to be. A better one than that, even though that's not bad. He's got the porn stash. Do you understand how attractive you have to be to beat a woman's feet and carve letters into her without her caring? I mean, he doesn't look phenomenal there. What about to the left, right there? That's maybe a little better. Yeah, I mean, it's a statement to how attractive he is, that he was able to carve things into women and beat their feet, and then basically they're like, oh my God, he's just so weird. We love him. So now he's broken his silence. And I don't know if I'm going to support him, but I may throw the full weight of this show behind Armie Hammer, our full, the microphone here, the bully pulpit, the platform. Are we going to back Armie Hammer, even though he has carved things into people and claims that he has eaten a beating animal heart? The thing about it, his statement that he released, by the way, he attempted suicide after this. So this whole idea of like that we're just going to pile on to this poor man. Hammer said in February he attempted suicide while quarantining in the Cayman Islands. I just walked out into the ocean and swam as far as I could and hoped that either I drowned, was hit by a boat, or was eaten by a shark. Then I realized that my kids were still on shore and that I couldn't do that to my kids. He lost between $14 and $16 million alone as he was removed from multiple movie projects. My financial status is not only am I broke, I'm massively in debt. There was a point in all this where I had to have a friend to help me buy groceries. But yet, and this is my favorite lie, I love, by the way, there's nothing better than this, and this is what everyone says after they've been through something like this. He wouldn't change it. He wouldn't change it for the world. This is my favorite. This is because it's to show that they've learned. This is what you have to do. You have to actually show that you've learned. This guy was one of the, let's just put this in context. He was one of the biggest celebrities in the world. He was a movie star, beloved by the industry of Hollywood. He was a multimillionaire. He then was outed as being a cannibal and a rapist and sent to an island